Attention students, the Jabroni University Network is now in session. Please make your way to class.
Welcome to the Draft Podcast, where we mock everything, including each other. On today's edition, we will be mock drafting our favorite man crushes. 10 guys. We can only go 3 picks from each genre. So if it's a comedian, 3 guys. If it's an actor, 3 guys. If it's a wrestler, 3 guys. That's it. And it's not just based on looks, otherwise Cristiano Ronaldo would be on my team. Newsflash, he's not. With me today, I'm Andy Liner. We have James Bryington and Drew Kistler.
Hi, everybody.
What's up, guys?
We're going to select our picks at this moment. James, do you have some numbers?
We didn't really go over this. How do you want to do it? You want to put names?
Good point.
You want to put names in a hat? Here, I can do it.
Put names in a hat. We're going to draw.
And we'll draw who gets the first. So, Andy, Drew, James. I said that so that there's no dead air while I'm writing. I wrote and I said what I was writing.
Very
See
good.
that, man? That's like...
Uh-oh.
Oh, motherfucker.
You've got to be kidding me.
I'm getting a phone call.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
yeah.
you.
Here, I'll decline
Yeah,
it.
so take that phone call.
Yeah. All right, so let's see here. I gotta put my headset down. You guys keep the
magic happening.
We'll keep the magic happening.
Is there a hat anywhere?
Right
to be
now,
found?
I'm watching James.
Box will work.
I'm watching James walk around.
So, just to be clear, we're putting names in a box, not a hat. I don't want anybody to feel lied to.
Yep.
Okay, so I put the 3 names in a box. I'm gonna shake up the box. That's the sound of the box shaking. So this is legit, guys. We're not fucking with you.
Yeah, this is real.
All right, first pick is Andy. Oh,
Yes.
His show, he gets his first pick. Come on, this is rigged.
I think there's 3 Andys in there.
Second pick will be James, and then Drew's last.
Oh man, this is fantastic. This is what I wanted. I was afraid because this guy is clearly the top pick in any man crush mock draft that you would ever do in your life. There's no question about it. So I'll get us started. And with the first pick of the 2017 Man Crush Mock Draft, Andy Liner selects Justin Timberlake.
Oh,
Are you kidding
shit.
me? It's a no-brainer. My man started on the Mickey Mouse Club. He's dated the who's who of Hollywood, NSYNC, solo career, Saturday Night Live, any of his skits with Jimmy Fallon. He's a dime piece. I mean...
He's a dime piece.
It's so clear that he should be the top pick in any man crush. That it is, I mean, it's Justin freaking Timberlake. My guy Jay Timmy.
Yeah, he's on my list.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you took one of my...
He would have been if I would have thought of him. I was having a tough time with this, so...
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, I wrote down some of the list of the women that he's dated. And not that this is something that needs to happen for a man crush. Like I said, doesn't need to look good. But damn it, Justin Timberlake does. My man dated Fergie before Britney. I didn't even know about that.
Is that true?
What's that?
Was that while she was on crack?
Well, this was before she was on crack because this was before Britney. So he must have been still in the Mickey Mouse Club or something.
Yeah, I was going to say, he was probably like 13 then.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He dated Jenna Dewan, who is now married to somebody who could make a feature later on, Channing Tatum.
Oh, yeah.
But my man's also dated Alyssa Milano, Cameron Diaz, Scarlett Johansson, now married to Jessica Biel, and he put his dick in a box.
Yeah, married to Jessica
I mean,
Biel, that's like, that's the full gambit right there. That's proof that he deserves to be on the list.
Absolutely.
Man.
So I feel good about myself. That's my starter. That's my guy.
All right. So it's my turn to pick now?
All you, James.
All right, here we go. For my first pick on the 2017 Man Crush mock draft, James Bryington chooses...
Oh, I thought he was picking himself.
No. Man, I have so many people on the list and I didn't actually number them. I just wrote them down so I had them. So I gotta choose number one. It's really hard. That's a really hard thing to do. I hope none of the other people on my list get their feelings hurt. I think my first pick has to be, and let me just explain before I even say the name. All right, this guy is sweet. He's funny as hell. He's got extra cushion for the pushing. You know?
Yeah.
He's got
black.
He's got a bunch of really cool friends. He's not black. I don't know why extra cushion for the pushing means black.
I thought it was Ron Funches.
No, it's actually Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen will have to be my number one.
Oh.
Yeah. He's I think as far as comedy movies go, he's got a hit list going on. Every movie is funnier than the last. And just his group of friends alone, I'd love to just hang out and, sit with them and just bullshit.
Yeah, speaking of that, I gotta add one. I'm glad. See, this is what I'm glad. I knew other people's things would get other thoughts going. So.
Yeah. The list definitely will create thoughts.
That's a phenomenal pick.
Yeah. Plus he's cute. He's cute in the face, right?
Yeah.
A little chubby, but I'm a little chubby. We can be bears together. Bearded,
True.
And he's got maybe the best laugh in all of Hollywood.
Yeah. Man, gay people are going to love it. Yeah. I can't even. That's my stuff.
I like that you set it up, but none of us can do a good Seth
Yeah,
Rogen
no,
laugh.
nobody can.
And he's got the best laugh. Oh, nobody can do it.
Yeah, that's great pick.
Thanks.
Well, if I'm going number 3, and I know looks don't matter, but I think if you're going with your number 1 overall pick, you have to have the total package. Looks, sense of humor, just fun to hang around with, see yourself going on a picnic with. And I see that person as the one and only Johnny Hamm from Mad Men fame.
Johnny Hamm, that's a good one.
Okay.
That's actually the name that I saw on Drew's list.
Yeah, his number 1.
I'm going to be honest. He wasn't on my list.
He's not on mine either. I didn't even think about him.
Wow.
But after hearing him, he kind of should be.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I just enjoyed that. So he's holding up that jersey for me. So
is he shirtless playing a saxophone while holding that jersey up?
Yes. Somehow he has that many hands. Actually, yeah. What's he holding the shirt with? That's the good question.
He pulled that little trick where he has different team shirts on, and then the last one is just him shirtless with Drew's name written on his chest.
Playing the saxophone.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I get number 4 too, huh?
All right, so to break down the first round, we've got Justin Timberlake. We've got Seth Rogen.
You already forgot.
And John Hamm.
Are we doing serpentine style, or we go?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Drew will continue with the second round.
Okay.
And make his second pick.
Well, as many people know, I don't know many, but some people know I'm a big wrestling fan. And again, with the, gotta have everything. This man can do anything in the world as long as it's in front of a camera, even behind a camera. And I'm going with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson with my second round pick.
Dwayne, is that on your list, Andy?
He was my second pick.
Oh, Andy looks upset. Oh, I knew it. It looks upset.
He was my second pick. Oh,
I'm pretty proud of that one.
That's pretty good.
I actually wasn't on my original list. I just now thought of him, like, as we were talking, like, oh, why? How did I miss that one?
I mean, that body, right?
Yeah.
Right? My man can dance. He can sing.
Those Hawaiian tattoos.
Played football at the U. I mean, he was just in Moana, so he's for the kids, too.
And the Tooth Fairy movie.
True.
Yeah.
And he's for the gay community because he was in Be Cool.
Oh,
and he was
yes.
a fantastic gay bodyguard in Be Cool.
I think one of my favorite roles was the one with Marky Mark. What was that?
Pain and Gain?
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
Rock's a good pick. I hope we get
but
to...
Drew, guess what?
What's that?
It doesn't matter what you think.
So, how are we, not to get off topic here, but are we going to allow trades? Or,
we can allow trades, sure.
Alright, so if somebody has something that, maybe we get a certain number of trades per round, or per, draft. So I would say...
We'll say you get one.
One? Okay. So you get one trade, and you're allowed, not that the person has to trade, but if you have something that the other person, you know, they want.
Yeah.
So, alright.
Drew, you have something I want. And it's not The Rock.
I was going to say, and then there's the draft picks.
So, now it's for me, for my second pick. And I think I'm gonna go with, see this guy, actor, comedian, musician. So it's trifecta. I can literally put him in any bracket. I put him in musician just because I don't have a lot of musicians. And it's Donald Glover. My one black guy. I'm a huge...
Can I draft Childish Gambino?
How many?
no, they're the one and the same, my friend.
I have a feeling
Yeah,
Andy's
he's
just
on my list too.
cross-naming, like he's just furiously like carving the names off of his list. Like, can't get you anymore. No, he's showing us.
Don't show us the list. We're still going.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna pick some of those other guys.
There he is.
There he is, Gambino. I
Yeah.
have him as Parks and Rec, producer of Atlanta, an actor. I mean, I'm really bummed out right now. I might have to. You guys just took two of my top 5 picks.
I don't know if I can trade Donald Glover. He's one of my favorite people in the entire world.
Yeah, it'd have to be good.
It'd have to be. You better choose something that I really want.
I mean, what is he? What's a 5? What's the word for? So a 4 is quadruple. What's a 5? Quintuplet.
Quintuplet, yeah.
He's a quintuplet threat.
He's there.
Musician, actor,
Writer.
producer, comedian.
Writer.
There's a 5th one in there somewhere.
He's a writer.
Writer. There you go.
Yeah.
Did he direct is it Mystery Man? Or not Mystery Man. What was it? Where
with him and the two dudes.
Something mystery.
Yeah.
It was a mystery movie. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He was wearing glasses in it.
Somebody's listening to this going, "It's this, you fucking idiots."
Right? Well, hey, guess what, people that are calling us idiots? I know he did the rap album Because the Internet, which is a favorite of mine. And then he came back this past year and did Awaken My Love, which just blew my socks off. It was like this psychedelic funk soul kind of music thing. So like the man even in music, he crosses genres. You know,
Yeah.
He did Atlanta and Parks and Rec. So TV, like those are two completely different things. He can do it all. That's a phenomenal pick.
What did he do in Parks and Rec? Because I think you're thinking of 30 Rock.
30 Rock, yeah. Okay. All right, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
But whatever, I know his music career. Damn it. Well, all right. This is going to be a tough one. Actually, I'm still surprised he's on the board. I thought this would be somebody's number 1 pick. And he's sliding to me, so I'll take it. So with the 3rd pick in the 2nd round of the Man Crush mock draft, your boy Andy Liner selects Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, he's on my list.
Oh yeah. Oh
Son
yeah.
of a bitch.
That's a good one.
If you're in 2 of my 5 favorite movies of all time, you make my list. And those movies are Departed and Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
I mean, plus that's another dude. I got 2 sexy dudes as my first 2 picks. I mean, my man dated Giselle before Brady. Suck it, Tom. He dated Naomi Campbell. So he's letting you know that he doesn't care about race. He's just into beauty and, just getting with everyone.
He's into supermodels.
Yeah, well, he is. He's been with a whole bunch of Victoria's Secret girls. I didn't know their names. He was also with Blake Lively. Are you kidding me?
Really?
And he was with Riri. I mean,
Jesus Christ.
He's been all over
DiCaprio
the
dated
map.
Rihanna?
He dated Rihanna.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
And he didn't punch her.
right. Yeah, exactly.
He had the heart to not hit her.
But he did run it. Huh, Chris Brown? What's up? I hope Chris Brown doesn't hear this since he's about to fight Soulja Boy. I don't want to fight him.
Are they actually going to fight?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Oh my God.
Yep.
So stupid.
Floyd Mayweather is training Soulja Boy, and Mike Tyson's training Chris Brown. So
Good Lord.
that's gonna happen.
So Soulja Boy's gonna get his ear chewed off.
Something like yeah.
You gotta go for the ear. You gotta go for the ear.
Tell him you're gonna eat his children.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
A little off topic, but I'll break that fight down. Chris Brown's a little bit more long. He's a little more athletic, so I think he gets it done.
Yeah, but Soulja Boy's scrappy, dude. He's small and scrappy. He's gonna run around that ring.
Well, look, I've seen pictures of what Chris Brown can do, and it's pretty impressive. Not gonna lie.
Well, I don't think Soulja Boy's eye sockets are as weak as Rihanna's.
All right, so
next topic, please.
segue.
So we're now into the 3rd round.
Well, first, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention my man Leo. Also did Romeo and Juliet, What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Catch Me If You Can, Blood Diamond. So basically, he's just a beast. To me, he's the number 1 dude in Hollywood, and I'm happy to have him and Justin as my first 2 picks.
Plus, he was in Growing Pains.
Yeah.
See? Thank you for justifying my pick.
He cut his teeth on Growing Pains.
R.I.P. Alan Thicke.
As much as I love The Rock and Gambino, I don't know that I can get rid of Leo. But it is tempting, so if you guys want to make an offer later on, it would probably have to involve The Rock or Gambino, but
Hopefully I pick another one of your top 5 because I don't want to get rid of Gambino.
yeah, no, I hear you. Let's see. So with the 3rd pick, with the 3rd round pick,
The first
in
pick
the
in
Man
the
Crush
3rd
mock
round.
draft,
Boom.
your boy Andy Liner selects Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart. Yes.
There you go.
I'm taking the number 1 stand-up comedian right now in terms of sales. Obviously, comedy is subjective, but my man can do no wrong. He's in TV shows. He shows up on ESPN all the time. He sells out arenas, sells out Madison Square Garden, sold out a stadium. Anything he's on TV, like with the late night host with like a Conan O'Brien, is hilarious. He's the first comedian to have his own freaking shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nike created a shoe for Kevin Hart. Let that sink in. And guess what? He's a little chocolate dime piece too. So I got Justin, Leo, Kevin Hart. I got abs for days on my team since I don't have any.
Kevin Hart, to me, I respect him and I appreciate him, but I just feel like I would get really annoyed at some point hanging out with him for a long period of time. I don't think I could date him, you know.
If it were an F Marry Kill situation, it would definitely be the F, because Mary, just no. Couldn't spend a lifetime with him.
Yeah.
I mean, but you can't spend a lifetime with Leo either, because he's just going to move on to the next thing.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I got my long term in Timberlake. I got
don't know.
Leo,
Sounds
who's
like
going
he's
to take
moving
me to
too.
the most. What's that?
I said it sounds like JT's moving around too.
I mean, but
he's been with Beal for a while though.
Yeah, he's settled.
He's settled down.
Yeah.
He's got a kid now. Kevin Hart's got a couple kids, so you know, Kevin Hart's a good dad. And here's the thing: whenever I go out with Kevin Hart, I know I'm going to have just the best time. He knows all the coolest people. You know, he's going to have me like rolling, and he seems like a dude who's going to pay for the bottle, and I don't have to spend anything. So I'm down with that.
Well, while Drew's dating The Rock and you're dating Kevin Hart, you guys can all hang out and go on couple dates, you know.
Yeah,
that's right. We can.
You talk about Central Intelligence. There you go.
They're always working together. They're in the new Jumanji together. Yeah, they're like best friends, I think. Rock and KH. All right, well, good pick, Andy.
Thank you.
So now I'm second pick of the third round, and so far my list is baller as hell. So let's see what I want to go with. I have a couple people on here that I could probably pick late because I don't think you guys would have them.
Sleepers.
But actually, a big one for me. This is a big one for me because if anyone knows anything about me, which they don't, because this is probably the first time they've ever heard me, they know that I am a huge fan of The Office. I've watched the show from beginning to end at least 7 times now, and I'll probably start it again this year and watch it again because that's how much I love it. And as far as the Jim and Pam romance, it's the best thing that I've ever seen on film. So John Krasinski is going to be my number 3.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't think you guys probably didn't even have him, but to me, Krasinski is like, I mean, you can do no better. You'd have bitches lying down the street just jealous, you know?
He just looks at you with that goofy, just
Yeah.
that look, and you just fall in love. Like,
Yeah, he killed it on lip sync when he was on there. So yeah, I'm a Krasinski fan.
Yeah, Krasinski's the man. So
Didn't have him on my list, but I get it. Was The Office one of the biggest shows ever? And and you have the guy, in my opinion. Everybody's going to say Steve Carell, but I'm with you. I think it's,
Jim and Pam, their relationship made that show what it is. And everything else, not to discredit everything else in the show because it's all perfect, but just watching them develop from Pam being with somebody else to marrying Jim, 2 kids, boom, at the end, everything works out good. Not to spoiler alert everyone, but Jim and Pam are together at the end of The Office.
So is Krasinski your long-term bae?
Oh yeah. Krasinski is definitely a marrying type. He's the guy you bring home to mother.
Just James and Jim, Jimmy James.
This podcast can really only be listened to by heterosexual males who are very comfortable with their sexuality.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny one to start off with. Like, you might alienate a lot of people on number 1.
We should note in the beginning that we are all straight men. But, well, everyone's a percentage gay, so that's what's coming out right now.
Drew said he'll dabble in a little bit of gay stuff.
Yeah.
Butt stuff.
Only
that's it.
Only butt stuff.
Only butt stuff.
In his butt.
All right. I believe it's me now. And guys, another one I can't believe is still out there. This guy is an actor, a superhero, a god, and I'm talking, of course, of Thor, Chris Hemsworth.
Oh God, he's on my list. That's a big one. That's a big one for me.
Talk about
sexy dude.
Talk about abs for days and that smile.
I'm gonna have to trade you with somebody. Hopefully, I get somebody you want.
Yeah, we'll see. That was one of those no-brainer ones for me.
Yeah.
When I was coming up with my list, he was in the top 3 of who I thought of, and I said it's just probably one of the best picks of the draft. Sorry, guys.
I mean, if you're looking for that dude who's going to talk to you and your panties are going to drop, it's him.
Yeah.
It's Hemsworth.
Hemsworth a fortune.
So if you were to say which is hotter on Hemsworth, is it his voice or his looks?
Ooh.
What's taking you home?
Dude, that accent, that Australian accent.
Yeah, I think the looks, that's obviously what gets me attracted to him, gets me over to that seat on the bar.
Sure.
But that voice is what takes me home.
I hear you.
Yeah.
So if you heard the voice and you didn't see the body, and you saw the body and didn't hear the voice, you're going for the voice?
I think so, yeah.
If I heard the voice,
and
I get it.
if my list shows anything, not to spoil anything, but accents, it's a big part of my list.
Okay.
If I heard the Hemsworth voice behind me and I turned around to see the body, I'd be like, God damn, son. Jesus Christ.
Just drinking him in.
That dude's like too good looking.
Yeah, I'd be like it'd be that meme that's always I'd be like and then so and so. You'd make a good one when I saw that body.
All right. So
great pick.
Oh wait, what was your third, Drew?
That would be Thor.
Oh. No, I thought you just did right before that, didn't you?
No, that was my third pick. Now I'm on my fourth round.
Oh, okay.
See, guys, that's why James is the best producer in the game.
I'm trying to keep track so at the end we can recap,
That's a good one. I like that. I haven't wrote down a damn thing.
Man, I feel like now, like I said, I got the bodies. Now I'm really going for the hearts, the laughter, the sense of humor, the sugar daddy, if you will. I'm going for a man who's been beautiful for nearly 40 years, and that is one Bill Murray.
Oh!
Comedian is the genre I'm going with for that one. So
that's a great pick.
That's good. Was Bill Murray ever a traditional comedian though?
Sketch is a
You should say improv.
improv.
artist.
Okay, yeah.
Improv counts, yeah.
Now you still have room in your comedian.
Well, I only have one comedian, so.
Well, Bill Murray's a good pick. That actually makes me really jealous that I didn't have him on my list.
Yeah, I had him on my just missed the cut list, but I was trying to figure out if I could work him in.
Draft notables.
Yeah, he's incredible. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What's that movie he did where he was like overseas? Was that Lost in Translation?
Lost in Translation.
Yeah, with Scarlett.
That movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to recap Bill Murray's career because you say Bill Murray in any crowd and 99 out of 100 people are like, yes, All right, so I guess it's my turn to draft. This is second pick in round 4, and I think I'm gonna go with. I should probably use the actors because you guys probably have them.
Yeah, but I only have one actor left.
Yeah, me too.
Actor doesn't hit my list for another few picks, so. Or does he?
Yeah.
You never know. You know, it could be like a football draft where shit, everybody's grabbing those quarterbacks. I got to eat them up now.
That's true.
This is kind of.
I'll tell you this. My next pick is an actor. So
This is kind of
do
hard.
with that what you will.
Only having 3 actors is really hard because I've already used 2, and my list, even though some of them are like powerhouses, but then others are sleepers. You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Did you use 2 though?
Yeah, I've used Seth Rogen and John Krasinski. So
You could have gone with Krasinski as a producer.
yeah, he's more of an actor.
I'm giving you a loophole. No, he's an actor.
He's an
You get
actor.
one more actor.
You know,
I don't want to shit on the draft. You know.
You know, I almost feel like in a draft, you know, like that. I think a lot of our first 3 picks could be considered like that flex spot. That's, you know, it's just and that, you know, that's what makes them so great is how they all are multifaceted. So, you know, if you needed to change someone, I think you can. I mean, even Seth is doing like, you know, producing the Preacher.
That's true.
Writer and
writer. Yeah, you can call Seth Rogen a writer. I mean, super bad.
Yeah. This is the end.
I'm gonna keep Seth as an actor because I think that's his main focus, and I have plenty other people that I can go with, but I think I'm gonna do Chris Pratt.
Oh, he was on my list
for my number 4 because Chris Pratt. I have some great actors on here, people that I really respect, but Chris Pratt is like the most likable dude in Hollywood. Even just him, like, doing a Facebook Live post. You know what I mean? That guy, like, I want to watch it. I've never watched or wanted to watch a Facebook Live video. And Chris Pratt does it, and I'm fucking glued to my phone. You know what I mean? So, just that alone. And his movies are good. Magnificent Seven sucked, though, in my opinion.
I liked it.
I hated it.
I liked
but anyways,
it.
Chris Pratt didn't ruin it. I'll tell you. Maybe somebody else on somebody's list ruined it. But yeah, Chris Pratt.
It's a good pick.
That's a great one. He was on my list, but my list of like he was in my top 15. I'll say that.
Okay.
Yeah. I watched a ton of his videos with Jennifer Lawrence, where he was just like picking on her and stuff like that. It was so good.
He's awesome. He's awesome.
Yeah. Fantastic in Jurassic.
Married to Anna Faris.
What's that?
Married to Anna Faris, who's hot and funny, you know?
There you go. And
huh?
Did he freeze, or is he just pretending?
I think he's thinking.
I was thinking because
just so the listeners know, Andy's actually on FaceTime right now. So
the movie Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean,
yeah,
what he did with that, yeah. Pratt deserves to be, definitely on one of our lists. I'm glad you got him.
God, I feel like that entire cast is on people's list.
Yeah, Parks and Rec. Andy
of Galaxy.
Oh yeah, but the Andy Dwyer character on Parks and Rec, it's like, I mean, he's like just second to Jim from The Office. You know what I mean? In likability.
Yeah. I feel like I just got a smirk out of Andy. I think I just honed in on some of his lists there. It's like, no, I don't have Bradley Cooper.
What do you mean?
Batista, no.
This is probably crazy to some people that I have not mentioned an athlete, because if you know me, you know how hardcore I am into sports. But know your audience, know who you're participating with. You don't want to take your quarterback first.
Right.
Yeah.
If your opponents don't need a quarterback.
Right.
So
that's right.
That's why athletes are going to fall down this list. And like I said, I'm going to have an actor, but I'm not going to call him an actor because he can't act very well. But what my man does, he does some great ass sketch comedy. And he's the best late night host in the game, I'm taking Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, while I said he can't act, I was more referring to that Taxi movie or whatever with Latifah. But he was actually really good in Fever Pitch.
Fever Pitch, I really like that movie.
Saturday Night Live guys of all time, in my opinion, because it's not even anything that he's doing in the sketch necessarily.
It's him breaking.
It's him cracking up laughing.
Right.
Just every time I see that, I just lose my shit.
Yeah.
I mean, and how can I not have Justin Timberlake on my list and not try to work in Jimmy Fallon?
You know,
So I got freaking best friends on my list.
you know what I like about Jimmy Fallon is that whenever he's interviewing somebody on this show, all he does is just do what you just did, list all of their credits and say, I loved you in this, I loved you in this, I loved you in this. He's never any fucking questions. It's just him being a fanboy. It's freaking awesome.
It's incredible.
I like
it's
him.
incredible. And
He's
his
likable.
games are clearly the best games in late night. I mean, some of the stuff, Jimmy Fallon really changed the whole late night game because everybody was used to the Letterman, Leno style of kind of doing things. And Jimmy Fallon made late night like YouTube worthy. So what I really love about him is just kind of, you know, him doing that. And, you know what? He's not that bad to look at.
Yeah.
He's not terrible. Yeah, but he can do a little bit of everything. And he's a dude that you want to be around and you want to hang out with. If you've got a list of like, you know, 4 dudes that you want to take to dinner, if you really think about
Yeah.
it, one of the dudes you want is Jimmy Fallon at your dinner. So let's see. I am torn on my next one.
All
But
right.
yeah, I'm so pumped that you know I got Fallon. So I did get 4 of my top 5, or no, I got 4 of my top 6 because Gambino and Rock were in my top 6. So I think he's not necessarily a dual threat yet. I think he will be, and actually, this guy did. He did do a short film, I want to say a couple years ago, but this guy is so important to me. He was, he had one of the best albums of last year. He's somebody that I think changed kind of the music game. He does a lot for the fans to give them his music for free because he doesn't want everybody to pay for it. He's just an uplifting dude that if you listen to his music, you're going to feel happy about him. My number 5 pick is Chance the Rapper.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good one.
Yeah. Chance he's just, like I said, when I listened to Coloring Book, I put it on and I just had a big ass smile on my face because, he brought this gospel, hip hop, soul, jazz. He brought it kind of all together. And, if you know anything about me, I love the jazz hip hop kind of combo. I was a big Tribe Called Quest fan and stuff like that. So I just love that Chance he's doing things that other people are kind of scared to do. One of the cool things is he's nominated for a Grammy, and he's the first artist to do this without selling the album. So he made a big push of why can't streams be the reason that you win a Grammy. So now he's nominated for these Grammys, and he didn't even put his album out for sale.
Yeah.
He's an awesome dude.
Yeah. You can't. I tell you what, you can't be
That's my chance.
you can't be a Childish Gambino fan without loving Chance the Rapper too. You know what I mean? So
Damn
that's,
right.
That's a good one. I give you mad accolades on that choice.
Appreciate it.
You know, your description of Chance actually, it made me think of somebody that I didn't have on my list, but I just added, and I think I'm actually going to put him in my top 5.
Oh.
So, I'll go ahead and say it. My, what is this, 5th round pick? 5th round, second pick in the 5th round is Drake.
Drizzy.
I am a huge Drake fan, and he's not only hot as fuck, but likable, fucking cool, fucking funny, good music all the time. Always gets my wife moving, so that's nice to look at too, you know? So, Drake's the man, and Drake definitely deserves to be in my top 5, so.
Yeah, he deserves it. He gets hated on a lot from, different people out there, but the man's always in conversation. I mean, he's been linked to Rihanna and Jennifer Lopez. I mean, he's been linked to some dimes.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. Him
Minaj.
on Saturday Night Live? Are you kidding me?
Oh, I know. Yeah. And we're actually almost through with the 5th round here, so just hold on. We're going home.
I can't say anything after that. It's all you.
Well, you actually made me think of someone that I also wrote down. Not necessarily going into the top 5. It did make me write down another musician. But sticking with the musician thought, and even with my last pick of legends and everything, I figure, if you're going to go musician, yeah, I mean, he might be a little long in the tooth, but he's still a beautiful man, beautiful voice, beautiful songwriter, and plus, he's a fucking Beatle. Paul McCartney with my number 5.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That is really good. Man.
I couldn't pass it up.
Dude's got a Beatle.
Yeah.
Dude's got a Beatle on his team. I don't know. I don't know if you could beat that.
I know, I think about too, like, his appearances on SNL and anything else, like that he comes in with the Lorne Michaels, and he seems like he would be a really great guy to hang out with. Interview, like his interview on the Nerdist scene was really good a couple years ago, and yeah, I just think he's a great guy. I remember one thing he specifically said was like, people always want to come up and get a picture. He's like, don't you just want to have a conversation with me? Like wouldn't you much rather like me talk to you than actually take a picture? And he's like, I'll oblige him, but at the same time, it's like, to me, I'd much rather have a conversation with somebody. And I was like, man, that's a beautiful thought. And like I said, it's all around beautiful man, number 5.
That's awesome.
That's a solid choice.
Drew is really taking care of our older listeners.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, my man hit a Beatle and Bill Murray, Yeah, our lists are, I like where our lists are kind of sitting right now. We've kind of taken a couple guys from each other. James, can you break down our starting 5, if you will?
This is our top 5, starting with Andy. His top 5 is Justin Timberlake, Leonardo DiCaprio, Kevin Hart, Jimmy Fallon, Chance the Rapper. It's pretty solid. My top 5, James's top 5, for those who don't know my voice yet. Seth Rogen, Donald Glover, John Krasinski, Chris Pratt, and Drake. I feel like I have like a babyface list, like the guys that aren't necessarily like studly hot, but they're just the guys that you just fall in love with and stay with forever,
Yeah.
And then Drew's list is John Hamm, The Rock, Chris Hemsworth, Bill Murray, Paul McCartney. That's a sexy fucking list.
Yeah.
That is. Accents. He's got older dudes and accents. Yeah, I'm taking care of the younger, hipper community. James is taking care of, the nerd world, and Drew is taking care of the older and accented men. I mean, we are all over the map.
Well, like I said, accents.
God, could you imagine just hanging out with Paul McCartney and he's like, I want to play your song. Let me play your song. And then he just pulls out his acoustic and just fucking blows you away.
Just like it's like he's pulling out an arrow from a quill. He just pulls around that guitar.
Here's what I want. I want Paul McCartney from your list to get with somebody from your list, James, and then someone from my list. Paul McCartney, Chance the Rapper, and Childish Gambino.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that would be amazing.
That would be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, sticking with my theme of accents, and I'm just going to go ahead and wipe my actors off the list right now. Guys, there's a man out there. He is fantastic. He, God, what all has he done? He's broken Batman's back.
No.
Yep. He has.
He's on my list.
Is he?
Yeah.
God, he's run illegal alcohol through the South. He's fought in the UFC, kinda, and guys, just brilliant man. Tom Hardy off the list right now, number 6.
And if you
That's
want,
one hell of a pick.
if you want to see his dick through a whole movie, just watch Bryington.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Man.
Tom Hardy's on my list. That's unfortunately I don't have any more actors left, so he would have been a notable for me. But yeah.
Quick question sidebar. If we were to trade, do you still have to stay within the limits? Like if he wanted.
I'm going to go with no.
Okay.
Because if you're making a trade.
Yeah. The trade can be a fourth actor or a fourth musician or whatever.
I think you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say you can do that.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably not going to roster that many, but hey, who am I to tell you no?
All right, for my sixth pick, I would like to choose. Man, this is tough. You know what? I'm gonna go with it. It's number 6. This guy has. How do I say this? I guess I just really love everything he does. I listen to his voice all day long at work. I'll listen to his show that's only recorded Monday through Wednesday. On Thursday and Friday, repeat shows that I just listened to on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And it's going to be a weird pick probably for you guys, but it's Howard Stern.
King of all media.
I'm a huge Howard Stern fan. So, plus like those locks, he's like a fucking lion just on the mic, you know?
Yeah, definitely. You know, you even throw out the shock stuff and, you know, all the stuff he did before, but one of the best interviewers of all time. He really...
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think the best. He gets
Yeah.
people to say things that they wouldn't say. Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
And, you know, and they're, you know, say what you want, people have to be comfortable to do that. And, even as uncomforting as, you know, admitting some of that stuff could be, he still makes people feel like, you know, it's just, there's not a million other people listening.
And the best thing, my favorite thing about Howard Stern is he's got the shock jock background. He brings girls on, he gets them to get naked, he does stuff like that. But he does that to get regular guys to listen to a show. And then he talks about really deep and prolific things in between. And it gets people gets these douchebag guys to actually think about real life situations, real life shit. And I don't know. He's got some very strong ideas about helping people and animal rights and human rights. And these are things that I don't think that these guys would actually even know about if it wasn't for them listening to hear the next girl orgasm on the Sibian, you know?
Turn your speaker over.
Exactly.
Now sit on it.
So Howard's the man.
Yeah, no, that's a fantastic.
Yeah,
that's a great pick. As a matter of fact, Howard had one of my favorite interviews ever with my next selection. People don't get interviews out of this guy, and this is a credit to your pick, James.
Yeah.
If you have a chance to listen to the Howard with the guy I'm about to select, definitely sit down and listen to it because it's a phenomenal interview. But my next pick is, you know, he's an icon. He's a rap mogul. He's a businessman. He's not a businessman. He's a businessman. I'm taking Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, baby.
Jay-Z. Yeah, I mean, Jay-Z's done everything from clothing to he owned part of an
Beyonce.
NBA team. What's that?
To Beyonce.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
My man is with Beyonce looking like that.
Dude cheated on Beyonce. That's how fucking hardcore he is. Fucking A.
Right? Yeah. I mean, he literally has run the gamut of everything. Like, he started out as like this street guy, right? And some of the like best albums ever, like the Black Album, stuff like that. He started out as this like street rapper, and then what he did that nobody else really knew how to do in the rap game is, he definitely suburbanized, hip hop. And, he got some of the biggest songs ever, like Big Pimpin', Hard Knock Life, things like that, cause he suburbanized it. And then what he did is he just kind of like, he's evolved over the time. He's still relevant in hip hop as like an early 90s rapper, which is incredible. To have that kind of staying power and still be trendy and still be, cool is amazing. And then now also he has a agency. So he's got all these different athletes, and he's working, to get deals and stuff for athletes. And, so he's done it all. He's actually a hilarious dude. If you get a chance, check out David Letterman and Jay-Z, and they have some of the best interaction that you'll ever see.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta YouTube that stuff. He's a beast. He's a beast in everything he does.
Yeah. I agree with that pick.
Yeah, so, man, I have got, what's great? Justin was my first pick. I have Jay-Z. Best concert I ever went to was Justin Timberlake, Jay-Z. So I've got this Justin Fallon thing. I got Justin with Jay-Z. I got Jay-Z and Chance. I mean, Kevin Hart with these guys. I mean,
the only outsider is Leo DiCaprio.
but my man was linked to Rihanna, and Rihanna was under Jay-Z.
Yeah, there you go. Boom.
There you go. So, I am finally going to break the mold on an athlete. I'm going to go a little heel. I've got all these, different personalities. I'm going to get quite possibly, the best smack talker since Muhammad Ali. I'm taking Conor McGregor.
Oh, great.
That's a good one.
Yes. I had to get an athlete, and what I really love about Conor is
the accent.
He's clearly the most entertaining athlete that there is in America right now, and he backs up what he says in the ring. So he's hilarious. Some of his smack talk, he makes you want to watch him. For instance, he just put a pay-per-view of a press conference for $4.99 online, and people actually bought it and watched it. And, because he's just that entertaining. So he's a dude that's, much like Drew's pick of The Rock. Once Conor's, all said and done with the UFC and he wants to move on to the next thing, Conor could easily get into anything he wants to in Hollywood or whatever. He's entertaining. He's also a dime. He dresses well. And guess what he's got that Drew loves? A beautiful accent.
Yes, he does.
Do you think that he should take the fight that
with Floyd
Mayweather?
100%.
You think he
should? The reason I think he should do that is, will he lose? More than likely, yes. I mean, Floyd's possibly the greatest boxer of all time, but would you step away from $100 million to do something that you're not like favored to win in? So if he doesn't win, okay, well, he wasn't supposed to beat Floyd Mayweather in a boxing match, and he just got $100 million. Of course you could.
I thought they offered him $10 million.
Well, what it was is I think 25 was the number. He'll get a percentage of the pay-per-view on the back end. So, for instance, several fights he'll do with the UFC.
Yeah.
He'll get like $2 million up front, $2.5 million up front. He'll clear over $15 million once the gate and the pay-per-view percentage and all that stuff's in there. So he would get I think he would get $100 million, once it's all said and done from the Floyd fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally a win-win for Conor. I think, Floyd's the only one who has stuff to lose because, he goes in and he loses to this guy. It's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
And this would make Floyd 49-1. Conor McGregor would be his 50th fight. You know Floyd wants to get that 50.
Yeah.
And in his mind, he's probably like, oh, well, this is an easy fight for me.
Yeah.
And he's by far, the guy that's going to make me the most money. So I think it's actually a win-win for both guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Conor McGregor.
McGregor.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, for my, seventh pick, I'm going to go to wrestling. And, this is a guy, I was a big wrestling fan back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And then there was a lot of dead air, between probably 2003 up until about last year when we started our own podcast, Jabroni University. Shameless plug. But, this guy has been consistent as somebody that I've loved and has been part of the program for most of the time. He did take a little hiatus there for about, 6 or 7 years. But, always had a name that, was associated with wrestling. And,
Don't do it.
It is Shane fucking McMahon.
Oh, boy. That's not where I thought you were going.
Who did you think I was going with?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh. Yeah. Shane McMahon is, the dude, not only is he part of the business of WWE, which is, it's a powerhouse company. You can't really deny it. Even if you don't like it, you gotta respect the production and what they do. Shane McMahon's been part of it since he was able to be part of it. He goes out, he actually wrestles, he puts everything that he has into every match he's ever been in. Even up until he wrestled when he came back and jumped off the fucking cage onto a goddamn table. Like, who does that? He's insane and awesome and fucking cool, and he's a face. Everybody fucking loves him. SmackDown's the best show. Boom.
That's true. That's true.
Shane McMahon.
It's a good pick.
Thanks.
I'm thinking.
Drew's about to take my guy. Take your wrestling guy. Do it.
Well, it's funny. I am going wrestling, but I'm down between two people. I was going to go with the one, but he kind of made me think of the other one. And I think I'm going to do it. This guy not only wrestled, he basically created wrestling, and that is Shane's father, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Guy knows how to run a business. I mean, pretty much, he's been in that billionaire status. He took a hit a couple years ago, but he'll get it back.
Fucking Mark.
Yeah. Senile old shit, but you know what? Hey, probably, to me, just up there with even like P.T. Barnum is greatest promoter of anything all time. So, probably wanted to go down. Maybe, it's a ridiculous business. I'm not going to deny that, but still the fact that he can make that much money on that, I got to be, to me, one of the best CEOs of a company of all time. You took something that was, in the circus and, done in back lots and everything like that and made it into what it is today. So,
hell yeah.
Vince McMahon.
Dang, family members off the board, back to back.
Andy, is that guy that's behind you over your left shoulder on your list?
This guy, you're talking about Muhammad Ali?
Muhammad Ali?
He's not, because I didn't do any dead guys.
No dead guys?
That might be a later podcast where we do mock draft
dead guy man
top
crushes.
Dead people.
Dead guy man crushes. Decomposing bodies you'd love to fuck.
It up to ladies too. Just dead people in general.
Yeah.
A mock draft passed away. I don't know.
Yeah, your dead
list.
Yeah,
there's something we can do there.
I like that. All right, Drew, number 8.
Well, goddamn, I went old guy again, so I guess I got to freshen it up. And you know what? Let me just stick with that same category. And, we've talked about it several times. Everybody else, a lot of other people with abs for days. Abs for days, probably the sweetest accent there is in wrestling today.
Oh, God. I know who it is.
Beautiful, beautiful Irishman with those beautiful eyes of his.
It's the demon incarnate.
Yes, it is Finn Balor.
Wow. Wow.
That's a good one. Balor
A little
is
surprising to me, but yeah, I like it.
I definitely know where, if Andy's going to stick in that same category, I definitely know where he's going. But, it's worth it to forfeit, for this one, I think.
That'll be another podcast is, mock draft wrestlers.
Yeah.
Well, this, if I were doing straight wrestling, he wouldn't be up this high, but damn, Man Crush. That's the one guy that's on here solely for just like, all right, yeah, if I were definitely willing to do more than butt stuff, it'd be that guy right there.
Why? Because he's small, so it wouldn't hurt that bad? But
Are you trying to say something about Irish people?
To the game. He's got that beautiful accent. My man can go. I get it.
Yeah. All right. So my number 8th pick. I'm going to go with directors because another thing about me that you can learn is that I always wanted to be a filmmaker. I've dabbled in writing, I've dabbled in comedy, I've dabbled in everything, and all of it is just me gearing up to finally being able to write and direct a movie that people are interested in watching. So one of my heroes since I was very young, a guy that is not so much attractive and not so much a good body.
But hilarious.
And maybe smoked too many cigarettes and maybe smokes too much weed now. But one of the funniest people in America or the world, I would say Kevin Smith is my number 8.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Great pick.
Always been a big fan. Always. I love you, Kevin.
I mean, Kevin Smith. All the movies that he did with, early on with, Mallrats and Clerks and Jay and Silent Bob. And then he did his own, his podcast thing, blew that up, which,
I know.
That's something that, us as aspiring podcasters can look at. And,
the thing I love about Kevin Smith is that he puts everything on the table. He doesn't, he doesn't not talk about anything. He talks about everything that drives him, everything that he loves, everything that he hates. He's a complete open book. So, I don't know. You don't really hear that from people in Hollywood. The way he interacts and the way he moves through Hollywood is completely different than any other person. And even when I say, he's not the best looking guy, I mean, he's an alright looking guy. I mean, he looks a lot like me. And I feel like I'm a decent looking guy. We're both big guys, bearded, But, Kevin Smith, he's the man.
That's a good one.
He was on my list of long names. He wasn't on my top 10 list, but he was on the list. That's a great one. And he's so perfect for you, too.
Yeah.
That's definitely one I wish I would have thought of. I think he would be definitely picked by me already. I wish that... I'm really disappointed that one didn't... Like, that could be a trade. Like, no joke. Yeah.
I don't... My love for Chris Hemsworth abs doesn't match up to my love for Kevin Smith's personality, so...
You got great value on him. I mean, for him to fall this late in the draft is...
Yeah.
That's good. All right. So I am going to go back to my athlete pool. Anybody that knows me, knows that I absolutely love this dude, and I'll defend him. I've been watching him since he was in high school. For whatever reason, he's one of the most hated athletes that's out there, and I'll to this day never understand why you hate a dude who went to, go play with his best friends and took less money to do it, hasn't been arrested, is there for his kids, is still with the same woman he's been with for a long time. He's the greatest player on the planet. He's LeBron James.
Yeah, that's, I agree with you. I've always liked LeBron. I think a big thing for me was always my hatred of just Cleveland sports teams. I actually was one of the few Ohioans that loved it when he told him basically to fuck off. And I think it's hilarious that those douchebags who burnt their jerseys oh, I wish I still had that a couple years later.
I'm with you.
I actually have a number 23 Irish jersey in my closet hanging up.
Vincent St. Mary.
Yeah, so it is definitely obviously, to me, greatest player of all time. I don't care about rings.
Yeah.
I'm still going to put my man Mike Jordan there, but
Mike Jordan.
I think LeBron should be in the conversation. One of the things I remember I moved up to Columbus, Ohio, and this was when LeBron moved down to Miami, and I had these conversations with people, and I'm like, okay, you hate this man for what? Because he moved away. All my friends that are back in Florida don't hate me because I moved to Ohio for a job.
Yeah.
It's just so ridiculous when you think about it, but people get so hooked into this, this thing of their athletes can't leave their team. And if they do, they're all upset with them. Hey, these are people just like us. And this man, not only has he, been the best basketball player since he's, been in the league, practically. He's gone and done other stuff. He just produced some game show that was on ABC. He's produced some cartoon. He was hilarious in Trainwreck. He was fantastic in Saturday Night Live.
He was so good on Trainwreck.
Right, yeah. He's actually super likable.
He didn't want to spend money.
You never know when that's going to fall out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's awesome. I agree.
Cleveland.
That's a solid pick. That's, to me, LeBron is kind of in the same ballpark as Drake for me. I almost would put him at number 5 with Drake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same type.
I held out.
Yeah.
He was my number 6 on my list, I think he was number 6 on my list. I held out on him, hoping that the sports thing would push him down the list a little bit. So I feel like I stole him. I'm very happy about it.
You did.
Yeah, actually, both your picks, man. The last 2 picks, those are with LeBron and Kevin. Those are both very tradable. No, just the 2 picks in general.
Oh yeah.
Just great sleeper. You hate to even call them sleepers, but the fact that these guys are going so late, they are definitely steals.
Yeah. I will now select my wrestler.
Right.
This is a tough one for me. There's 2 guys. I wanted multifaceted guys. So while I think, Shane and Vince are both excellent selections and Finn, I want a guy that, has had longevity. I want a guy, which knocks one of my 2 out. I want a guy that's had longevity. I want a guy that's been relevant for a long period of time. I want a guy who does multiple things. This is I'd say a quadruple threat. While I'm not into his music, I don't think it's very good.
No, this isn't good.
I think he has made himself relevant again. He probably had his best year, which is saying something because the dude has accomplished so much. And on top of that, he's somebody I listen to his podcast all the time. I'm talking about Y2J, Chris Jericho.
That's not even who I thought it was.
That was one of those ones that is definitely hoping to get a late round. That's a great pick. And talk about dudes that would just be great to have a beer and sit at a table with.
Yeah, Jericho would be awesome to hang out with. Oh my god! And
the fact that he's not only does almost everything, he can talk about anything. It's that's one thing I love in the world of wrestling podcasts is the fact that his is, like he'll go from having a wrestler to, somebody who hunts Bigfoot. Like he is just into everything, and like it makes you interested in that stuff. I could care less about cryptozoology until like the last couple of years. So
yeah, his podcast with some of the wrestlers that have come on there, it really makes you an even bigger fan of the different wrestlers.
Yeah.
Like when he had Kevin Owens on, when he had Gallows and Anderson, if you're a wrestling fan, he's really kind of elevated them by doing this podcast he called Talkin' Shop. So he's just, I think he's really good as far as elevating those around him. And he's hilarious too. He's like his whole spiel that he's doing right now is just so good. And guess what, Chris Jericho? You just made the list.
Yeah, he's what he's doing now. It is fantastic. Just so many of those, like the things he's like, stupid idiot is said in this house at least once a day. I mean, it's just it's so catchy and a great pick, great steal, and I feel like I wish I could go back in time and not pick the people I picked. But
all right, so it's my pick. This is my 9th pick, second pick of round 9. So I feel like comedy has always been a big part of my life since the beginning. So I need to pick a comedian, but I have other people on my list that I'd like to pick as well. I have another wrestler that I'd really like to pick, but I'm gonna go with comedian, and I'm kind of fighting myself right now on who to pick, because one guy I really like a lot, but maybe not necessarily his stand-up as much as his personality, podcast-wise. But the other guy, stand-up comedian, actor, one of the funniest people in the fucking world. So I think I'm going to go with him, and that is T.J. Miller.
Oh, great. Yeah, he's... love that guy. Definitely someone I can hang out with.
You know, the thing about T.J. Miller that I love is that he does anything. And he takes every, like he was in the goddamn Yogi Bear movie.
Yeah.
Like he'll take any acting job and he'll go and he'll do it and he'll give it his 100% no matter what the job is. You know what I mean? And if you're not watching Silicon Valley on HBO, then shoot yourself in the face, because it's the funniest movie, or it's the funniest show on television right now.
You're damn right it is.
And T.J. Miller is a huge part of how funny it is. So
yeah.
And check
such
him out.
a good pick.
Check him out on Conan. Any of his appearances on Conan doing stand up, always hilarious. Just search him on YouTube if you haven't seen him do stand up. His stand up is so fucking funny. So T.J. Miller's my guy.
His commercials with the beer too.
Yeah.
I mean, and him and Deadpool. Him and Deadpool was incredible.
Oh, I know.
Too.
Yeah.
So,
Even in Transformers 4.
Yeah. He was the only good part of that.
Yeah.
I know. And then they fucking killed him. Another spoiler alert.
Well, that's a good 9. You had me I'm not gonna lie, you had me worried, because the way you were talking that comedian up, which is my next pick, I thought you were gonna go with my guy. Another one that just, guys, I can't. You guys are gonna just be so pissed that it's, how is he still out there, kind of thing. I actually wrote down a different name on my list to hide the fact that I want this guy. But I knew this one would remind me of it. And not only like you said, actor, comedian, fantastic comedian, probably top 10 all time. And not to mention, I'm going to see him next weekend, and that is Dave Chappelle.
Oh! Andy just put his hands on his head.
Next week too.
Yeah?
Yeah? Are you coming down here?
No, he's in Jacksonville on Wednesday.
Oh, hell yeah. We're going on the February 11th to see him at Van Weasel.
He's the greatest comedian of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I honestly debated putting him in in over Kevin Hart, but due to Kevin Hart's like multiple things that he's doing is why I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And if Dave Chappelle still had his TV show, Dave Chappelle would have been that high on my list. I mean, that's a fantastic pick.
I'm surprised Chappelle is number 9.
Yeah.
You know, like that seems like
it's
a powerhouse.
ridiculous. He should be way higher.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed.
But that's
I'm
okay.
ashamed by
Hey,
it.
being on the top 10 is a honor.
Yeah,
I think.
like there's some like people on my list though. It's like I almost kind of want to trade people I've already picked for like myself.
Yeah,
I know.
You know,
I know.
like I feel
we
like
may have to do
like a consolation
a run
round.
number 2.
Yeah.
well, we
Yeah.
can do some notables at the end too. You know, maybe we'll get 3 notables apiece.
All right.
So
Yeah, we'll do honorable mentions.
Yeah, there you go.
At the end.
There you go.
There's a few more guys out there I'd like to mention.
Yeah. This next one is, you know, it goes back to not really being the best looker. Not to saying that he's not a good looking man. He's a musician. He is probably one of the few, longevity. You know, he's not super old, so he's not Paul McCartney old. But he
I think I have an idea of who it is.
He's one of the few people that is actually still playing instruments these days.
Can I guess who it is?
Yeah.
Just based off this?
Yeah.
Is it Dave Grohl?
It's Dave Grohl.
Holy shit.
To me, like I said, the
2 Daves in a row.
Yeah. To me, again, one of those guys that would be great to have a beer and just shoot the shit with.
Yeah.
Fuck, this guy has been playing music since, at a high level since 1988, with Nirvana. And, you think about all his accomplishments and you're like, oh fuck, he was the drummer for Nirvana.
Yeah,
like you kind of forget,
everywhere.
like this guy is just amazing. And like I said, good sleeper, rounds out my musicians.
Great pick.
And, I just, like I said, it may not, definitely just somebody you want to hang out with. So.
All right. I just got a thing on my phone that says 10% battery power left, so we kind of gotta push this through.
Maybe we won't have the consolation.
No, we can still do it, I think. I think we'll be fine.
We can,
I can always call you right back.
Yeah, if you want to write down the time, we can always edit this out.
We could do that.
We could charge or something like that. So.
But anyways, we're fine.
Okay.
We can go till it cuts out, I think. My number 10 pick, and this is tough for me because I have a shit ton more people on my list here. But
we we'll wait.
This guy was a big influence on me when me and Andy were working together doing our videos. We had our own little sketch comedy group called Awesome Incorporated, and it was very strongly based on The Lonely Island.
Yeah. Oh.
And this is a guy that an SNL alum, him and his 2 buddies, all working together to bring Saturday Night Live digital shorts, a brand new section of Saturday Night Live that everybody just like sat and waited for. And it was kind of, this guy reminds me of Adam Sandler, who's another guy that probably would be a notable for me.
Yep.
But it's Andy Samberg.
Andy
Samberg. I got an Andy on my list.
It would be funny if you said Yorma.
Yeah, I would have taken Andy.
Akiva Schaffer. Yeah, but I think Andy being the face of that group, they made a good decision to make him the face because he's, those other 2 guys are hilarious in their own right, but Andy just has that. He's got the likability. He's got the face of a guy that you just want to hang out with or laugh with or whatever, So you're in on the joke with him.
Man, I'm so jealous that you took him. Cause I wanted to round out my Timberlake Fallon with Sandberg.
Oh.
He was a big influence on us.
Yeah.
And then not only all the stuff he did with it, like Hot Rod was super underrated movie.
That's in my top 5 favorite comedies of all time.
Yeah, it's
if we ever
so
do
good.
that list, you guys better fucking watch the fuck out.
Well, spoiler alert, we're doing that. Maybe that'll be our next episode.
Yeah.
But I think also Sandberg is killing the game right now with Brooklyn Nine-Nine's also one of the funniest TV shows that's out right now.
And also, I actually have him in my musician section because I didn't want to have to lose picking him.
Yeah.
So just Lonely Island alone. I mean, they're doing funny music, but it's real music, and they're actually fucking good. So, yeah, I jizz in my pants every time I think about them. All right, Andy,
that's an amazing pick. I'm super jealous. I'm going to take a guy here where he's a big part of my life at the moment because I listen to him almost every day whenever they have a podcast that comes out. But this is a dude that I'm actually happy he's my 10th pick. He's a guy that he tried to play football. That was his whole career, kind of growing up, high school. Well, he got to the NFL, found out he couldn't cut it in the NFL, switched professions, and then tried to go into the UFC. Then he was a pretty high level UFC fighter before he started a podcast. And another dude that would be on my notable famously had a conversation about why he shouldn't be fighting anymore, and they did it on a podcast, and that dude was Joe Rogan. But then this dude, he's a guy that also did these T-shirts, and the T-shirts are all over the place. And he's kind of done things his own way, saying that I'm going to believe in myself. And now this dude is a stand-up comedian as well, which is insane because, he just was a football player and then a fighter and then a podcast guy, and all of a sudden he's turned into a comedian. It's Brendan Schaub.
It's a good, like I said, sleeper pick,
Yeah.
Yep. So they have, in my opinion, the best podcast out there, The Fighter and the Kid.
Fighter and the Kid's a good podcast.
Yeah, it's hilarious podcast. He's underrated. He's underrated funny. If you want to see something that you're just going to die laughing, watch, it's pretty recent. It's a podcast with, Bobby Lee on it. So it's Bobby Lee, Brian Callen, who's, the Kid, and then Brendan Schaub, who's the fighter. So, I just think it's incredible that the dude is now doing stand-up comedy and he's killing it. And he's only been doing it for, like a year, and he was like an ex-athlete. That's just insane.
That's our top 10, guys. I'll go ahead and read out the top 10 lists in complete order so that people can get an idea of what kind of people me, Andy, and Drew are. So, Andy's top 10 list, man crushes. Number 1, Justin Timberlake.
Yes,
Number
sir.
2, Leonardo DiCaprio. Number 3, Kevin Hart. Number 4, Jimmy Fallon. Number 5, Chance the Rapper. Please say the rapper. Number 6, Jay-Z. Number 7, Conor McGregor. Number 8, LeBron James. Number 9, Chris Jericho. And number 10, Brendan Schaub.
Oh, I love that list.
It's a good-ass list. It's a good-ass list.
Let me just add, when you were talking about Jericho at first, until you said podcast, I thought you were talking about Cena. When you said not a big fan of his music, I was like, oh, he's talking about Cena.
I actually wrote Cena down before you said Jericho, and I was like, oh, I was wrong.
Yeah.
But, so for James's top 10, we got number 1, Seth Rogen. Number 2, Donald Glover. Number 3, John Krasinski. Number 4, Chris Pratt. Number 5, Drake. Number 6, Howard Stern. Number 7, Shane McMahon. Money, 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 money. Number 8, Kevin Smith. Number 9, TJ Miller. And number 10, Andrew Sandberg.
Such a good list.
Yeah.
And Drew's top 10. We got number 1, John Hamm. Number 2, The Rock. Number 3, Chris Hemsworth. Number 4, Bill Murray. Number 5, Paul McCartney. Number 6, Tom Hardy. Number 7, Vince McMahon. Number 8, the demon himself, Finn Balor. Number 9, Dave Chappelle. And number 10, Dave Grohl.
Oof.
I like those 2 days at the end.
Yeah.
That's a strong finish. I love every single one of our lists. They're all so different, too.
Yeah.
So what we're going to have to do now is, Andy, you need to create a Twitter account create a Gmail account with the draft at Gmail or something like that.
Sure.
And then create the draft Twitter account so that we can tag the end of this podcast and let people know to go on and vote who had the best top 10 man crush list. So
Yes, I'd like to see everybody's opinions on them. I think we all killed it, but I'm a little biased. I'm gonna go with my list.
Yeah. I definitely go with my list.
Definitely going with mine. I'm super jealous of some of those picks. It's like the people I would want to trade, or the people I would want from you guys. I don't even think I could, but I couldn't give up the people I had. You know what I mean?
Right.
I would have to give up so much to get something else that it's like, I don't even know if it's worth it.
If I was going to trade you guys, it would be either for Chris Hemsworth from Drew or from Leo DiCaprio from Andy.
Yeah.
Those are the two that really made me a little upset.
Mine would be probably Connor, of course, or Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
You guys can't see it, but I have a Conor McGregor t-shirt on right now. The guys that I would have probably gone after, that I'm very jealous of is, it's Dave Chappelle and it's Childish Gambino.
Heck yeah. Well, as far as honorable mentions go, I can't even fucking say that.
We can do like a list of 5.
Well, let's do our 3 honorable mentions. Let's not
3 honorable mentions.
And some of these I would even put in my top 10, but
these could be interchangeable.
With the rules, I just had to go a different way.
So Andy, go ahead and list your top 3 honorable mentions.
Okay, my top 3 honorable mentions. Should we go in order so I don't take one of you guys's?
No, because it doesn't matter. We can actually double. I think we could have doubles on this. Yeah.
Okay, so my top 3 honorable mention, it's Jonah Hill. He's in 2 of my 5 favorite movies. The man's won an Oscar, and so he's also done some, serious stuff as well. But I just think he's hilarious.
Yeah.
He kills everything he's in. Jonah Hill would be one of them. My second one would be Xavier Woods. I think
good one.
He killed it with The New Day, and I think also kind of doing the dual threat thing that I've been looking at. He's also got a phenomenal YouTube channel, Up, Down, Down. If you haven't watched it, if you're a gamer or if you just like the wrestlers or whatever, it's super fun.
I didn't even know that was.
They play games.
Speaking of that, did you happen to see the Big Show fart on those guys?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did. He's like, Kevin, come to my left. And he farted on
I didn't even know that was him, Up, Down, Down, because I've watched it before.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So he's I just think he's a great, dual threat guy. He's hilarious. He's to me, he's kind of the heartbeat of the New Day.
Yeah, not to mention he's getting his doctorate.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's smart as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be one of them. And then my third, this is extremely tough. I'm debating between 2 guys. This is pretty recent, so I'm going to go with this one. It's Pat McAfee. And you're like, who? So he was the punter for the Indianapolis Colts. He's 29 years old. He probably could have punted another 10 years and made a few $1 million a year. But instead, this dude just recently retired from the NFL so he could go into blogging with Barstool Sports. So they're opening up an office for him, and he's literally leaving millions and millions, and he's one of the best punters in the NFL. Yeah. Millions and millions of dollars on the table just so he can kind of pursue entertainment and comedy and go that route. And I just think that's super cool.
Yeah,
too.
that's
Awesome. That's really awesome. I'll have to look him up. I don't even know who he is.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's hilarious. Check him out on Twitter, Pat McAfee. Also on Barstool Sports now. So
Look at this, man. This is like a learning lesson for us too. You know, we're learning about things maybe we didn't even know about.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
So that'll be my 3. Sorry, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, that's funny you say Joe Rogan. He's going to be left out of my next 3 also, but he's on my list.
Well, he's actually going to be on because he's going to be on my honorable mention.
Yes.
The Joe Rogan podcast is another big. When I'm done listening to multiple recordings of Howard Stern, the same show multiple times, I always switch to Joe Rogan. And when he has somebody on and he's talking about aliens, or he's talking about weed, or he's talking about just ancient Egypt, or just ayahuasca, or just weird shit, I just love.
Yeah.
I love the way Joe talks about things like that with such wonder and awe. So Joe Rogan is on my list. Another guy that was really close to being in the top 10 is Matthew McConaughey.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's one of the best actors of all time, and Oscar winner. If you want to know more about him, Howard Stern actually just interviewed him 2 weeks ago on the Howard Stern show. And the stuff that he talks about getting the job on what's the movie? The first movie that he ever did, Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and Confused, yeah.
Getting the job on Dazed and Confused, and I guess he met the casting director at a bar, and the guy asked him if he'd ever done any acting, and he's like, "Well, I was in a beer commercial for about 3 seconds one time." And the guy goes, "Well, I got a job for you." So he goes to the set and he learns he only has like one line in the movie originally, but then they expanded his scenes to put him in the movie more. But the one line in the movie was the thing I love about high school girls. I get older and they stay the same age.
Still one of the greatest lines ever uttered in a movie.
And he knew, he read that line and he knew that was going to be a huge thing.
Yeah.
Like that's like a golden line, you know, that's like something that people are going to talk about for the rest of their lives. So he's awesome. I'm a big fan. And my number 3 is the nerd godfather, Joss Whedon. Created Buffy the Vampire Slayer, directed Avengers, blew everybody out of the fucking water when it came to filming a superhero movie. Amazing writer, amazing talent, comic book writer. Like the dude's amazing. He's got a brain that I'd love to just pick. So he's definitely in my top 3.
See, I just learned something there. So that's a crazy list of accomplishments. That's awesome.
Joss Whedon's the man.
For my top 3, first off, I'm going to go with, like I said, one that probably would have been in there had it not been for already having this criteria met. It's just one of those things, you think about, like, it's like, that. It was one of the painful things we had to do is leave people out. And I'm going to go with Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd, that's a good one.
God, he's so good.
Man, I want to put him on my top 10 now. I gotta get somebody out of it.
I do too.
Number 2, also, I guess I had the 3. This guy is actually the one I wrote down when you said Chance the Rapper, and it's Action Bronson, another guy I'd love to hang out with. His shows on Viceland are just amazing. Fuck, That's Delicious is probably one of my favorite shows.
So good.
It's just an amazing rapper. And to round out my list, so I'm not, so shallow that I just like abs and, that kind of stuff. But this man does have an accent.
Well, you did just say action.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
FYI, watch Baby Blue if you haven't seen it on YouTube. Chance the Rapper, Action Bronson.
Yeah.
All right.
Chance, like, his part in that where he just, when he's telling her, I hope all these things happen to you, but they're all like super, like they're barely like an obstacle for somebody to get over. Like, I hope your charger don't work. Like, it's just like, it's not even a big deal, but it's just like one of those things that would piss somebody off.
I hope you have to work on a Fridays. That's always busy on Friday.
But yeah, going back, this guy, he does have an accent though. I think probably one of the most unique accents in the world. But you know, this man is also a brilliant mind. People say it's the most brilliant mind. That's why it's living in this vegetative state.
Oh, God.
And I've gone Stephen Hawking because, I mean, come on.
Boy.
The smartest man on the fucking planet. Why would you not have a man crush on him?
Yeah. Because I just don't want to have to take care of him.
I mean, I literally have another probably 25 names I could rattle off. So
Yeah.
we may have to do a part 2 man crush and just write down all of the ones that we took on our top 10, because I would like to think that even though we just honorable mentioned these guys, it makes for some sort of strategy for the next one.
Yeah.
Now that we know, we may take those guys a little bit early, knowing that, you know, one of you guys likes them. So I think we should do a part 2 to this. I don't know if we do part 2 right away. Or if we do a mock draft of comedy movies or just movies in general, but that's something we can vote on Twitter too. Is what you guys kind of want to see next.
Yeah, give us a category. Give us something that you want to see us draft, or not only just us. Andy's going to have multiple different people on. He's going to have experts come on. It's this. I think you guys are going to want to tune in and get an idea of how the draft is going to go down.
I'm not gonna lie, I may want to stick with you guys for a little bit longer. I think this was incredible. I think it offered 3 different minds. It was cool to see, you know, different minds in action picking some of the different dudes. And the reason I really wanted to do this man crush mock draft is because I knew it would go across all kinds of genres, and I think it would open up the audience to, you know, not just hear about one thing, can hear about multiple things that they're into, because we all like all kinds of different stuff. You know, we got a rocker, we got rappers, we got, you know, comedians, I really thank you guys. I think this was an incredible podcast, and hopefully the listeners like it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think we should definitely do a death list one. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I actually, like I said, I did write one down that was it was somebody that is dead, but just, you know, I just think I think this was a great success to shoot us out of the gates, you out of the gates.
You have some guys on your list that could very well die.
They could be dead by the time this comes out.
Check back, guys. Follow us on Twitter, and we're going to add that just to the end of this, because we actually haven't created a Twitter yet. But once we do, we'll give you the Twitter handle, and you guys will be able to come on there and give us some ideas on categories, things you'd like to hear.
But in the meantime, you can tweet us individually with ideas.
Yeah.
Mine would be Mr. Sparkle X. James?
Mine is at James Bryan, Bryin.
And mine is at ATrainLiner, LINER.
Heck yeah.
And tell us what you think. Tell us not to pick such old bastards next time.
Yeah. And if you think it sucked, don't say shit. Just go away.
Yeah, don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't be mean about it. Come on.
Yeah.
We're trying to be positive and uplifting here, like Chance.
If you look at my list of pudgy, likable guys, none of them can probably handle criticism very well. So I'm a lot like that. All right, guys. See you later.
This has been The Draft. We out.